Hello, good morning everybody. This is Pip Coleman coming in to do the Find Your Soul show this Thursday morning. And we are going to continue our conversation about forgiveness. It's a big one. It's one that kind of can trigger a lot of, words and feelings and emotions. So welcome to the show. Please say hey. Tell me where you're coming in from, and we will get into this conversation today because this one is an interesting one. This is one that sometimes people struggle with in terms of the concept of forgiveness, and that is self-forgiveness. We are generally, the conversation around forgiveness tends to be about someone else has done something to me, or I perceive that someone's done something to me, and therefore I need to forgive, or, some sort of hurt, and I need to forgive them. So that is generally where the conversation goes, is that, there's been some sort of injury done. And Nelson Mandela, I found a quote this morning while I was getting ready. Nelson Mandela says, when a deep injury is done to us, we never heal until we forgive. And it's so interesting because sometimes the injury is something that is actually us. We are the ones that have injured another person, perhaps unintentionally, perhaps on purpose, perhaps from a space of not being awake. So today we're going to do some beautiful tapping around self-forgiveness. And so if you are ready to let go of the feelings that you've been having around yourself, having done harm, as I say, could have been unintentionally, could have been intentionally, from a space of unawareness, if you feel like you're ready to shift that, to heal that, to allow yourself to let that go, then today's the day. So, well, at least today's the day to start, to make a commitment to start. So if you are willing, if you are ready, you're more than welcome, if you want, to write in the comments below, I'm ready. And that way you're kind of declaring to the world, to the universe, that you are ready, and we will hold this space. I will hold this space for you to heal and let go, surrender that energy, that anger that you might be directing at yourself. We'll talk a little bit more about forgiveness of others in the next couple of weeks, but today I really wanted to focus on you and me. Because we've all in some way, injured somebody that might need some forgiveness, might need some releasing. So I'm not sure why, but I can't see the comments at the moment, which is a bummer, but I will go back and comment underneath if you have any aha moments and you want to share with me anything that comes up for you. If you feel like this is a little bit too overwhelming and you don't want to do it live, and you don't want to make any comments in public, then you're more than welcome to send me a private message if something comes up for you, or if you feel like you really need to do a lot more work on this forgiveness topic, then we can have a chat about doing some coaching privately. So please feel free to get in touch with me, because sometimes we need a little bit more help when it comes to forgiveness work, because sometimes it is from a long time ago and it's been sitting there, hidden away, perhaps in a box in your mind or in your heart, and you might need a little bit more support to shift that and heal that. And that's why the Divine Alignment Coaching Program is so great, because we can personally work on whatever you want to work on and shift whatever you need to shift. So yay, the joys of private, one-on-one coaching. It's amazing. And the beautiful thing right now is that you can do that coaching from anywhere in the world. I have clients in the UK, in Australia, in different parts of Australia that are zooming in and talking to me and sharing and shifting and transforming and changing and really doing that healing process. You don't have to be here in person. And that's been a bit of a revelation for me, to realize that I can actually, serve people outside of my little island, my little island home. So that's been really lovely to be able to look after people in such a big way, particularly now during this whole pandemic thing. Lots of people are struggling. And if you are one of those people who is struggling with feeling frustrated, feeling tired, feeling exhausted, feeling overwhelmed, feeling disconnected from yourself, feeling like you need some direction, some purpose, then you might like to get in touch and we can work on whatever is coming up for you. And if that's forgiveness, then today is the day to work on our self-forgiveness. So let's begin. We're going to do some tapping. So if you've not done any tapping before, we're going to be tapping on the meridian points of the face and the body, and I'm going to talk you through the points, and I'd like you to repeat after me the statements that I say as we move through this tapping process for supporting you in forgiving yourself. So it's really important that you are in a comfortable place, that you're in a space where you can, really let this absorb into your cells of your body as you listen and speak these words out loud. So if you can't do it right now, you could just listen and perhaps if you're in a public space or if you're somewhere where there's lots of people around, I sometimes will tap just on the side of the hand, and that way you can do it kind of discreetly. You don't have to be tapping on the face, and then later you could listen to the replay and tap on all the way through all the points, because a tapping meditation like this, just listening to the words can start the process. But try to tap on somewhere on your body, just in one place if you're in a public space and you don't want people to see you tapping on the other points, if you feel like that might be a bit weird. And then when you have some time alone, if you can go to a bathroom or your bedroom, or if you want to go out in the car, a lot of people, I know my coaching clients will go out into the car and they might go for a quick drive, and then they'll stop the car, near the beach or somewhere near a park, and then they'll do the tapping in the car, so that they're not in the house with the kids and the family and the partners and all of that sort of thing, if you've got lots of distractions in your space. So let's begin, when you're ready, by taking 3 calming breaths. So you can put your hands on your heart if you like, and you can close your eyes. And we're breathing in through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. This is just helping to bring our attention into this space, into this present moment. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. And as you breathe in and breathe out, just remember that this is your time, and I'm fully here to support you and anyone else who's joining us on this call, this show today, this live, is here to support you and ourselves and each other. So begin by tapping on the karate chop point, which is the side of the hand, and repeat after me. Even though there is a part of myself that doesn't want to forgive myself, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And remember, if you struggle with the deeply and completely accept myself, you can say, I'm willing to deeply and completely love and accept myself, okay? Even though there is a part of me that feels that I can never forgive myself, I am willing to deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though there is a part of me that doesn't feel it's right to forgive myself, I'm willing to deeply and completely love and accept myself. Okay, tapping through the points, tapping on the eyebrow point. I feel so guilty and ashamed. Side of the eye. I can't forgive myself. Under the eye, for what I've done. Under the nose, for what I've thought. Chin. I feel the need to mistreat myself. Collarbone. I can't change what happened. Under the arm, so I punish myself instead. Top of the head. I've become so good at mistreating myself. Remember to breathe. Back to the eyebrow point. I can work on forgiving others, but I cannot forgive myself. Side of the eye. It's safe to give this resistance a voice. Under the eye. All of the judgments I have about myself and what I've done. Under the nose. It feels wrong to forgive myself. Chin. All this guilt, shame, embarrassment, and blame. Collarbone. Since I can't change the past, I replay the pain. Under the arm. It feels like the only thing I can do. Top of the head. Maybe there's another way. Eyebrow point. But this is the only way I know. Side of the eye. All this resistance I have to forgiving myself. Under the eye. I do it out of a desire to fix things. Under the nose. But what if there really is another way? Chin. I'm beginning to understand that until I forgive myself, I will continue this pain in the future. Collarbone. But it sometimes feels impossible to forgive myself. Under the arm. Maybe I can take this one step at a time. Top of the head. Maybe I can forgive myself. Eyebrow point. I would never treat someone else the way that I treat myself. Side of the eye. I allow myself to feel compassion towards myself. Under the eye. I was doing the best I could. Under the nose. Now that I know better, I can do better. Chin. The past hurts so much because I'm veering away from my truth. Collarbone. The truth is, I am a good person. Under the arm. The truth is, I deserve my own forgiveness. Top of the head. The truth is that I've already begun the process of self-forgiveness. Eyebrow point. I begin to think in ways that help me release this guilt and shame. Side of the eye. There is a divine part of me that is ready to let go. Under the eye. I can forgive my past. Under the nose. I have everything I need inside me to create a bright future. Chin. And it begins with self-forgiveness. Collarbone. Maybe everything is a lesson. Under the arm. A lesson that's leading me to a great future. Top of the head. My future is bright. Eyebrow point. Even though I have some stubborn judgments about myself. Side of the eye. I allow myself to relax and open to the possibilities. Under the eye. I'm in the process of self-forgiveness. Under the nose. I begin to listen to my heart. Chin. I'm tapping into the power of forgiveness right now. Collarbone. I take the lessons from the past and I release any pain. Under the arm. It's safe for me to feel good. Top of the head. I allow my heart to experience my own love and forgiveness. I forgive myself. I am willing to forgive myself. I forgive myself. I am willing to forgive myself. I forgive myself. I am willing to forgive myself. I forgive myself. I am willing to forgive myself. I am worthy of forgiveness. 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 I'm ready to let this go. I'm willing to forgive myself. I'm ready to let this go. I forgive myself. I'm ready to let this go. I forgive myself. I'm willing to let this go. I forgive myself. Now take a deep breath in and exhale. And place both hands on your heart and take another deep breath. And from this place, ask your heart, what lessons do I need to learn from the past? And how are these lessons leading me to a brighter future? And know that any time you feel yourself going into an old pattern of judgment and self-criticism, just place your hand on your heart and ask yourself again, what can I learn from this? Or what am I learning from this? Honor yourself for going through this short tapping process and make the commitment every day to do some tapping so that you can make forgiveness a gentle and beautiful process. And when you're ready, you can come back into the room if you've closed your eyes and you were just listening to my voice. That's great. It's a good way to do it. This is a tapping meditation from thetapping.Solution.com. The wonderful Jessica and Nick Ortner. They have lots of different tappings, scripts and meditations on their app, as well as their website, thetapping.Solution.com. And I like to use certain scripts when I'm working with my coaching clients. And this one in particular, it can bring up more emotion. You might have felt like you needed to cry. You might have felt like there was a release that happened during that, or you might feel like you need to do it again a few times. So feel free to go back and watch this video again, because when you actually do this process a number of times, it takes it to another level, and you'll feel that shift in your heart after a little while, especially when you do it on a regular basis. And if you have things that you need to forgive from the past or now, then you might feel like you need to do this particular meditation, every morning for the next week or so. And that way you can actually come to that space of honoring and accepting where you are. And you might need to do it for longer than a week, but whatever it is that you feel you need to do, use the tools that have been given to you. And if you feel like you need some assistance with that, if you need more assistance, then please feel free to reach out, and I can take you through it. We can do it together, because sometimes we need to have somebody walking alongside us when we are doing this work, because it can be really emotional. Yeah, Margie, I totally understand where you're coming from. I'm glad that you liked it. But yes, it does bring up that feeling of, oh my God, I'm actually accepting myself, and I'm actually honouring myself, and I'm actually loving myself, and I am worthy. And I always say to people, when we feel emotional, it's because the truth is being spoken, when we feel that releasing moment, that moment of wanting to cry, that is particularly when you're doing this sort of work, when you're doing this sort of wonderful healing, that releasing crying is wonderful, because it actually means that inner child is being honoured, that little fuzzy, fuzzy troll doll. that little child that's within is needs that love and that acceptance and that honouring. And remembering that, I love the line in there that says, when I know better, I can do better. And, that's a Maya Angelou quote. She says that, what you didn't know any better, and so you did what you did, and you said what you said, and you thought what you thought from your space of healing, wherever that was. And that's why it's important to do this forgiveness work and come to that space of, I did the best that I could in the situation, and so did the other people involved. And so that's where last week we were talking about the soul healing letters, which, if you haven't watched that episode, you might like to go back and watch the Find Your Soul episode from last week, or you can click on the link below to the podcast and listen to it on the podcast if you want to, where we were talking about the soul healing letters, where you write 3 healing letters to another person that you feel that you need to forgive. So these processes are available to you in lots of different ways, and it's important to, if you're ready, if you're feeling like you're ready, to reach out and try some things, because you are worthy of having a beautiful life. You are worthy of forgiveness. You are worthy of love, and you are worthy of acceptance of who you are as a soul, as a divine being. So please know that. If you're not sure of that just yet, then maybe there's a little bit more work to do, and that's okay, because we are an evolving being. We are always evolving. We're never done. We're always growing. We're always changing. We're always learning. And once you get to the next goal, there'll be more beautiful things to unfold and grow from. So that's the beauty of being human, is that we actually are always continually growing all the time. So that was what I wanted to share with you today. I feel like it's a big topic, and we can't address it completely in just 15 or 20 minutes. So I do encourage you to get in touch if you'd like to talk about this a little bit deeper, and please do go back and listen to this video again if you feel like you started to shift and you'd like to do some more shifting, particularly if your number, when we didn't talk about the number at the start of the session today, but if you're feeling of not forgiving yourself, if your number out of 10 is higher than 5, then it's really important that you do some more tapping, because you want to make that number out of 10, that feeling that you have, shift to below 5. Because if you're above 5 and you're not forgiving yourself, if you feel like out of 10 you're like really, really not forgiving yourself, then you're actually getting massively affected. Your life is being really significantly affected by the way that you're feeling and thinking. So we want to move that number below 5 as best we can. So keep doing this tapping meditation as many times as you need to do it until you can move your number down below 5. And as I say, reach out if you need some help. I'm more than happy to do this process with you and get a little bit more specific, because the more specific that you are about your particular issues, better that the tapping works. The more that you honour your specific things that are coming up for you, your specific feelings, the way more effective is the tapping. So see how you go. Let me know if you would like to ask me any questions. It's been lovely to see you, and thank you for joining me on this episode of Find Your Soul show. And next week we will talk some more about forgiveness of others and ourselves. And take good care. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now. See ya.